Leaving a job, it's one of those make or break moments in your career. It's not just about the awesome new thing you're moving on to, but really, it's about how you close the door on the chapter behind you. This is a moment that truly defines your professional character.
So, are you thinking about quitting your job, huh? It's a huge decision, right? And what you do next can seriously shape your professional reputation for years to come. This isn't just about saying, I'm out of here. It's about making sure the final impression you leave is a fantastic one.
Really think about that for a second. How you leave, that's the final chapter of your story with a company. It's the thing people will remember most clearly. And believe me, it can impact future references, your reputation in the industry, and even friendships for a long, long time.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Think of this as your playbook. It lays out a super clear, step-by-step strategy to make sure you leave on the absolute best terms possible.
First step, we're going to break down the actual practical process for a graceful exit. This is the real how-to part of resigning with class. It really boils down to three key things: how you deliver the news, how you prep for the transition, and how you act during those last few days. So let's take a look at each one. Okay, step one. This is huge. The very first person who should hear you're leaving is your direct manager, period. And it needs to be in a private, professional conversation. This isn't just about being polite, it's about setting a respectful tone right from the very beginning. And here's why that's so important. It's all about controlling the narrative. The second you tell a coworker, the gossip train can leave the station. And having your boss hear the news secondhand, well, that's just unprofessional, and it can burn a bridge you might really need later on. All right, next up, the handover. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm leaving, who cares? But this is so, so important. This isn't just a chore to tick off a list. It's a powerful statement about your commitment to the team even as you're on your way out. You're setting everyone up for success. Basically, you want to make it super easy for the next person. We're talking a clear guide, making sure all your digital files are organized and accessible. You know the drill. This simple act of organization just speaks volumes about your professionalism. And that brings us to the final step, finishing strong. Oh, it is so tempting to just coast through your last 2 weeks, right? To mentally check out. But this is where your true character shines. Working hard until your very last day shows real integrity and makes sure that your final impression is a powerfully positive one. Okay, so we've got the practical steps down, but now let's talk about something just as crucial: the ethics of it all. This is all about playing the long game and protecting your professional reputation. I love this quote. It just hits the nail on the head. Professionalism isn't about how you act when everything's going great. It's about maintaining your standards when you're frustrated or just totally ready to move on. It's about your commitment to the job, right to the very end. So let's flip this around and talk about the big don'ts. It can seem so easy to just ghost an employer or fire off a quick resignation text, but here's the thing you have to understand. Actions like that can leave a permanent negative mark on your record in HR databases, and that can follow you for years. The difference is just night and day, isn't it? A text message is disrespectful and just lazy. A private, face-to-face conversation followed by a formal letter, that shows respect. It's the difference between burning a bridge to the ground and leaving a door wide open for the future. All right, let's talk about the dreaded exit interview. A lot of people see this as their chance to just unload all their frustrations. But honestly, that's a huge mistake. You should see it as your final chance to give some really valuable, constructive feedback and leave a mature, lasting impression. It's your last strategic move. The key here is to keep it constructive. Frame things around your own personal growth and what you've learned. If you offer criticism, make it helpful, not personal. And whatever you do, never, ever badmouth your colleagues. It just makes you look bad. So let's bring it all home. Why does any of this really matter in the long run? Because it's not just about leaving one job. It's about building a career, a network, and a reputation that actually precedes you in a good way. You could have been an absolute rock star for years, but believe me, it's those last few weeks, those final actions that really stick in people's minds. You want to make that memory one of class, grace, and total professionalism. And really, that's the ultimate question you've got to ask yourself. When you walk out that door for the last time, what will people remember? Will they remember the person who vanished without a word, or the pro who made sure everything was taken care of and left with their head held high? The choice, my friend, is yours.